Hey, what's up, guys? It's your dude Daryl K, aka East Coast Greatest Nerd, coming to you with another DBS deck profile. We're going to be talking about the Chomp Man, Champa, mono red deck. So basically, we'll start with the leader card. We all know what he does. Basically, if you play the game auto once per turn, when one of your battle cards attacks a leader and it has 15k more power, you get to draw a card. The other ability, if you have 4 life or less, you can awaken and then draw 2 cards by flipping him over. His awaken side. He has an auto ability. Whenever he attacks, he draws. He has an activate main phase. You can do it more than once per turn. You can place a card from your hand into the drop and then choose him or another battle card on the field and it gets double strike. So Champa, as you probably can imagine from his effects, is very aggro. All he wants to do is attack, attack, attack. He doesn't care about the other battle cards on the field. He just wants to hit your opponent's leader and he can kill him by 5. The earliest I ever killed somebody with Champa was 3 today in the tournament.
Energy drop 3?
Yeah, energy drop 3. And when I played him today in the tournament, I definitely topped with him. I came in 3rd. My only loss today was to a yellow-blue Vegeta deck. So I'm really liking Champa. I think he's actually a good counter against Vegeta decks. And I feel like his only weakness is when people don't awaken him, you can't get the Kaba. But let's go into the drops. We'll start with the 0 drop cards. 0 drop, we're just running 4 Kaba's Awakening. It's a great card. It's definitely a 4 if it gives one of your red battle cards, or red cards in general, plus 6k power per turn. So I think it's better defensively because you can just play it as a defensive card as a combo, and then it just like stops it. Or like if you combo offensively, it forces your opponent to drop a 10k. So it's good. We're going to the 1 drops, starting with the extras again. 4 negates, you pay 1 energy, you get to switch a card on the field into active mode, then it can't be attacked. Great card, great way to save your Kabas early game. That's it for all the extra cards in the deck. Now let's get into the battle cards, and we'll start with 1 drops. Starting with Kaba, the MVP of the deck. Kaba is fantastic because he last breaks himself, he gives himself double strike, and he gets plus 10k power. So he's pressure early. And he can awaken your leader when your opponent tries to slow play you and don't awake you. Kaba's definitely, I feel like, is the mulligan conditioner for the deck. I always fold mulligan when I don't get them because I want to see multiple Kabas like in my hand by turn 3. Like I want to attack every turn, double strike, awaken myself. That's what I want to do all the time. Your opponents will always attack Kabas. That's fine, especially if you got another one in hand. If not, if you got the energy ready, I played in the gate. I save him. He's definitely worth it. But that's the first battle card for the 1 drops. The other 1 drop is going to be Pooh Bear. He's pretty self-explanatory. He's a blocker. He's also an alien, which is going to be very important for when we get to Vados on drop 5. Great defense. 1 drop cost. Basically, you can think of him as another negate in certain situations. So I like Pooh Bear at 4. We get to the 2 drops. So the first 2 drop we're going to talk about is Robot Man. He's 10k power. He's also a blocker. He's there really just for defense and also because he's an alien. He's another target for Vados and later in the game. So that's pretty self-explanatory, you know. So yeah, we're running for him. And the other 2 drop we're running, of course, is the 10k shield draw card when you got 4 life or less. This is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, if you got 4 life or less, you can play this card for free. You get 10k power and you get the draw card. Definitely staple on the deck. The other 2 drop that we're playing is going to be Hit. He's a vanilla, but as we know, his evolved form is so good. You definitely have to play Hit. He's an alien. He's 15k power. That's nothing to laugh about early game. And, of course, you know, he goes off with Champa's ability as well. So, definitely 4 plays, that's a hit. And we'll get to the 3 drops. So, for the 3 drops, I run 3 Frost Evolution, Double Strike. He's an alien. So, he's also 15k power, so he also gets the ability for Champa when he's unawakened to draw. And he's the cheapest Double Striker in the game, which I think is very important. I had him at 4, but then I dropped him to 3 in order to bump up another 3 drop to 4. I keep going back and forth of him, but 3 seems fine right now for the deck. The other 3 drop that we're running is going to be 4 of the 3 drop Robot Man. He has a very interesting ability. His permanent ability is that this card can't be KO'd in battle. So you can run him into big battle cards and not worry about him getting worried about him dying. People can't kill him with Goten when they combo. He's really good. I think he's a little bit underrated. He's also 15k, so he goes off of Champa's ability. And he's an alien, so he's another target for Vados. And the last 3-drop we run is Big Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear is good. 15k power, goes off of Unawakened Champa. He's an alien. Another target for Vados later in the game. His permanent ability is really good. It allows him to attack active cards, which is really good. Get rid of some blockers if they're on the field. Also, some people like to play cards that, you know, and they just don't want to attack that turn, so you also can still attack them. So it's pretty good. Most importantly, though, he's an alien. So let's get to the 4 drops. I'll play 4 Terra Assault Frost. 15k power, goes off of Champa's Unawakened side. He's a double striker. You can evolve him also over to 3-drop Frost. His auto ability is that when he attacks a battle card, you KO that card at the end of that battle, which is fantastic. He gets rid of a lot of big cards that maybe you cannot hit. And then also he has another ability that he can inflict damage to your opponent's leader if they are at 10k power or less. Basically, if they're unawakened, he gets to burn them for 1, which is pretty good as well. And most importantly, he's also an alien for a target for Vados. And that's the only 4-drop I run in the deck. So now let's get to the 5-drop. Let's get the bae. Let's get the baby girl. Alright, so Bewitching Vados. The card that makes this deck awesome. Well, one of the cards that makes this deck awesome. She has dual attack, so she attacks twice. Her ability is that whenever she attacks, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and choose a card with alien and 15k power or less among them and play it and then shuffle. So basically, the whole deck is basically based around Vados. When I first put together Champa, I noticed that Champa doesn't really want to go late. He wants to kill by 5. And then if you go to 6 or whatever, you're probably going to kill by hit most likely. But he really wants to kill by 5. And the focus of the deck is to make Vados' ability so it never whiffs. So that's why every card in the deck that I showed you has alien. I don't even care if it's like a blocker because I look at it as like, okay, I do her ability. I get a Pooh Bear. And it's like, okay, cool. If my opponent's at 2 and I want to push, I can use it as a combo since it comes in active for the last attack. Or I got defense for next turn since I'm already running 4 negates. And that's why all the cards in the deck are alien. It's just like, I want her ability to always consistently go off. I never want to have to use it and not worrying about it whiffing. And I can honestly say since I made the deck like this, I had never whiffed on her ability. So it was doing the right job. And also, it's cool to give her double strike with Champa's ability by discarding a card and then having a duel for double strike. It's great pressure. But that's the 5-drop. And then to round out the deck, we're running 3 Lightning Fast Hit. This guy's amazing. You can evolve him over to 2-drop hit for 3 red energy and 2 colors energy or whatever color. And his auto ability is just basically when he evolves, you inflict 2 damage to your opponent. This is the reason why Champa is so good, because it makes your opponent plays with 6 life. So with the combination of Vados and Hit in the deck, your opponent knows they're on a time limit or whatever. Especially like when you're playing Vegeta decks that can self-awaken themselves. If you're just rushing them so early before you get to turn 3, even though they got a shit ton of cards in their hand, it really doesn't matter because like half them cards are probably not going to be able to play anyway. Or they're already worried about Hit when they see them, when you see you charge them. So basically, in a sense, I've been in situations where even I couldn't kill my opponent on 5, but since I was able to get the blockers out, I was able to survive the 6th turn and actually get to the 7, and my opponent would just be at 2 because they let me poke them once, and I could just play the 2k vanilla and then just play Hit over and burn them for game for 2. But Hit is the reason why Champa is just already excellent because you make sure your opponent plays at 6 life. It's just amazing. But yeah, but that's the deck in a sense. Like I said, the focus is early game rush, alien build with Vados, never letting her ability to whiff. And yeah, man, thanks for checking it out. Remember to like and subscribe. East Coast Greatest Nerd out.